So from there, from a young age, I used to see the Matatus come there, and I used to observe what was drawn on the designs and everything, the designs, everything.
Oh yeah.
So after that, when I finished high school, that's when I reached out, and no one was reluctant to give me like a spot at their garage and everything.
Wow.
And then eventually JB Perfection Auto, where he gave me a chance.
So bro, just take me back to when you started this industry and when you started this work. When did you decide to kind of pursue this as a passion?
I started in 2006,
Yeah.
December 2006,
Yeah.
and Perfection Auto, it used to be called Perfection Auto, later Perfection Classic, now it's New Era. I was under someone called JB and Lefty.
Yeah.
But initially the people who inspired me to do this were, there was someone called Hint.
Yeah.
Hint and Hassan Rasta. So from where I used to stay, I used to see lots of Matatus because of the sound.
Who was take me back when you got your first client? How did you get your first client?
My first client,
Yeah.
There was a Matatu called Tripping.
Yeah.
Yeah, it had hit another Matatu. So at the front needed a paint job and everything. So they did the paint job. After that, they just told me if I could do the stickers and everything.
Yeah.
So after I did the stickers, I got many more Matatus after that. There is the second one called Boondocks. After Boondocks, I started getting Matatus.
So this job of basically doing artworks on public transport, it's kind of more from can I say referrals. So someone sees your work, but do you guys have social media accounts or
Yes.
what happens? How do you get jobs? It's basically through friends or what now?
Friends, social media.
Yeah.
And then we're active on social media. We have groups, we have WhatsApp groups, and then people normally refer. And then let's say I'm drawing this one.
Yeah.
Maybe someone likes it.
Yeah.
I'll get a referral.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
There was a time the government banned artwork. What was the reason? Why did they ban this stuff?
They were saying that we were drawing explicit stuff.
Yeah.
And then, which was not true, because if someone is drawing, if there are 1,000 artists,
Yeah.
and one of them draws something explicit,
Correct.
why don't you deal with that particular artist?
Yeah.
Not everyone. And then they also wanted to standardize the designs. We normally call them uniforms.
Yeah.
So maybe a Matatu is one color, alafu circles like the city hoppers and everything.
Correct.
So that happened.
So they really wanted to kind of destroy the culture by trying to make it uniform like any other place or across the world.
Yes, and
Yeah.
aside from that,
Yeah.
politics also played a game.
Yeah. Now I want to understand from kind of someone who is watching from outside.
Yeah.
Why are sort of Kenyan public transport sort of synonymous with drawing this? Is it clients love it, or is it a culture? Is it something to attract the fans, or what's the reason for always drawing the car?
All of those three clans,
Yeah.
as in people have preferences, sports teams, as in maybe fashion brands, names, their children, as in there's a lot. And then the more attractive your Matatu is, the faster, as in clans will bond.
Oh, so it's all about attracting the customer.
Yes. So it has to be flashy.
Yeah.
So no wonder the lights, no wonder the drawings, no wonder the rims, no wonder the music systems, everything.
And so the government banned it. I remember then at some point we started a situation where one time the current president announced. Where were you when he announced? So you had stopped drawing at that point in time?
Yeah, I was back to graphic design. I was back to doing graphic design.
Oh, so you're just in-house doing your own things, graphic design?
Yeah.
So where were you when Uhuru announced that?
Actually, I was on my computer, I was drawing. Yeah.
And then all of a sudden the industry has opened again.
Yes.
So was there a flood of kind of all Matatus wanting to go back to the original designs and stuff?
Yeah, it took a while, but that's the point.
And also take me from your family perspective, when you sort of started this thing, was it something that they embraced? Or when you kind of go and meet your auntie, do they ask you like, okay, what are you doing? And then you tell them what you're doing at the moment?
When it comes to Matatu art, no one takes it seriously.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Is it a culture in a problem in Kenya where people don't take seriously their work or what?
Yeah, especially the older generation.
Yeah.
And then in Kenya, design just isn't accepted. No one is willing to pay for design.
Yeah.
No one is willing to take designers seriously, and artists. Yeah.
So one of the challenges that you're facing in the industry is that there are just too many people in between the client and you.
Yes.
And who comes to approve job at the end of the day?
Most of these Matatu have managers, but we normally like the people who normally they know what they want. At the end of the day, I want this. Yeah, so they'll give you.
And at the end of the day, also, when you're doing this job, what gives you satisfaction? Are you chasing more money, or you're chasing more, I'm happy that I see this Matatu with my design or whatever it is?
The latter, of course. Yeah. Money isn't anything. I mean, why have cash and the Matatu looks pathetic? Yeah. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
For example, this concept that you're doing, like what exactly are you trying to portray?
Okay, so number one, we always keep it street. Yeah. And then as for me, this is a circle Matatu, so it has to have that design. Okay. So we'll play with the designs creatively, and then so we'll write something motivational. For example, this is written like "Fear no one." Yeah, and then the other one is written "Think outside the box." Yeah. So that's motivating. Yeah. And then there is street brands. Yeah, so there's a street brand over there. There's a logo and another logo, and then there's a teddy bear. Because the owner was very, very, very particular. I don't want women. I don't want anything with the rappers and everything. I don't want anything as in devil worship stuff and all that. So try to keep it subtle, as in something for the kids and the adults alike.
So the target market being the youth, kind of, or what could be the target market for the client?
The youth.
The youth.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
And from a day-to-day basis, how many jobs are you sort of doing per month in essence?
For me, one project a month.
So one project a month is always enough for you?
No. I have other things I'm doing. So
like what now? It's a typical Kenyan hustler. Right? All Kenyans are always doing many things at the same time.
I'm a tattoo artist. I'm a graphic designer.
Oh wow.
I'm a digital artist.
So you also do tattoos?
Yes.
And this guy, so I like Kenyans. And one thing about Africans is that we are always not doing many things at the same time.
And I do tattoo supplies. I have a tattoo supply website, and I have a tattoo supply shop. So I sell tattoo inks and everything. I sell this, we normally call them brims, fitteds. Yeah. So I normally sell these capes and hats. I do t-shirts at the shop. Yeah. I normally import paints for sale.
So this is your core kind of pattern that you'll be sleeping to do, or the other stuff then?
Anything. So long as I'm drawing. No, so long as I'm drawing.
So long as you're drawing.
Yes. So I just love drawing.
And I think that's a very important lesson to our young people, is that many people, most of the time, they chase money rather than their first love, which, for example, is drawing.
Yeah, design.
What other challenges do you see with kind of young people in the industry who are trying to get into this industry like that? What are the challenges you see, the problems they have, things that you probably advise them as well?
They're not getting paid.
So getting paid is a big problem.
Yeah, getting paid is a very, very big issue. Yeah. And then we have creativity issues. Yeah, because sometimes you want to draw something unique. No one has ever seen it. Yeah. And then for the young guys, they don't know where to start. Yes.
So where did you start because this is very important. There are people who are budding to be kind of artists or graphic designers and tattoos and stuff. Yeah. Where would you advise them to start?
Apprenticeship. Like for example, I have someone and he's almost finishing, like, yeah, he's basically done. He knows like how to do everything.
Correct.
So now that he has the skill,
Yeah.
he can venture out on his own, yeah, and do that.
So the first thing is always coming up. Forget even about going to school. So long as you have the basic skills in terms of design,
Yeah.
coming under mentorship or apprenticeship under you works.
Yes.
Very important.
Yeah. And but they don't charge for that.
Yeah.
You never charge anyone for. Yeah.
I think you've had there a very important point.
Yeah, don't charge.
They don't charge. And it's, I think what you're saying is also about to avoid a situation where we're creating a vacuum in the industry. So there's always a pipeline of artists coming through.
Yeah.
So some people also take advantage, as you're saying, take advantage and charge people.
Yeah.
And
no, I mean, it's okay for them to charge.
Yeah.
I mean, like, people are different.
Yeah.
Yeah, but
for you, this is your approach, that you don't charge.
Never ever. When it comes to matatus, tattooing, everything, I never charge anyone.
So this is kind of your core principle in essence.
Yes.
And what else do you see as a challenge kind of in the industry?
The government, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, the government.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Government is always introducing roadblocks or what?
Yes. And then some of the one of the reasons is, as in, there is, I think they don't understand what art is about.
Right.
Yeah. So sometimes they normally see the older generation, they see a black matatu, they say it's demonic.
Correct.
Yeah. Sometimes they see graffiti simply because I can't read what's written on the matatu. It's demonic.
Yeah.
That's so it's always about that. Yeah.
And do you think also it's that also I'm just looking at it from their side.
Yeah.
Maybe they lack the educational part. Maybe you guys are not kind of trying to. The way you've explained to me the meaning of this kind of a thing.
Of course, they don't understand.
Yeah.
So, I mean, like, I think more artists need to enlighten them.
Yeah.
Especially the older generation. Yeah, because as we move forward, younger guys are embracing what you're doing. As in, art is now paying a lot more than it used to back in the day.
Right.
Yeah.
And kind of going forward also,
Yeah.
as you always say, going forward in terms of what's your kind of eventual plan in terms of scaling up or ideas, or where would you love to take the industry?
The first and foremost, guys are not being paid for concepts. To come up with a concept, and they're not paid.
One more thing, if today, kind of trying to, if you had, I want to give an example, to meet NTSA or Ministry of Transport or whoever it is, what things would you propose to them to kind of make your work easier? Because I mean, at the end of the day, someone in government will watch this, and you would want, what message would you want them to get?
I think they normally focus on the wrong things. There's so many accidents on the road, but the NTSA and other bodies are concentrating on matatu design.
Yeah.
So it doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I think to some extent, they should look at some of these things which normally cause accidents, because they normally blame the design for accidents. Respectfully, I don't call it graffiti, because graffiti is illegal. Yeah, so this is street art. So they normally say that street art normally causes accidents. No one has ever proved that. No one knows everything. No one knows about that. There are no statistics, as in, like, we'd like proof, we'd like to sit down with them, we'd like to work together, we'd like to show them that this is paying. Because at the end of the day, there's so many people eating off this one matatu. So when it comes, there is the guy who normally does the body, panel beatings and everything. And then there are the guys who normally do like the painting, they're the designers. And then I have to buy stickers. I have to buy these supplies from somewhere, from a bookshop. And then there's a guy who's fitting music. There's a guy who makes the seats. And then there's a guy, as in, there's basically someone for everything. Like this one matatu can like employ 15 people. Personally, also have someone who, as in, I'm teaching the art. So, as in, like,
and of course your family,
Yeah.
and the people who are depending on you as well.
yeah,
Which is quite-
yeah, exactly.
By the way, this street art, do you have a history, like when it started? I mean, I'm sure it started way before 2006.
Yeah.
Many people don't know when it originated, when it started.
Yeah.
Kind of, do you have a story about it?
It started in the 80s.
Yeah.
I can't mention all the people. I don't know all the people personally. But I know the older guys like Hassan Rasta and Akina Jeff, they started. They were there before. They're the pioneers. Yeah.
And this kind of started with kind of basic street art. Then now many people got into the industry and sort of started doing many diverse stuff.
Yeah, and there's this guy called Mwangi Spike. Nowadays he's a vehicle enthusiast, but he used to do Matatus back then. He's like the first person to come up with like music systems on a Matatu and everything. Yeah. So they were there.
And one thing that people don't know, it's actually a very huge investment to uplift a Matatu right from showroom, for example, to what?
Yeah, it is.
Before it goes to the market.
Yeah, it's costly.
And by the way, do those guys actually recover the money or the investment?
Yes.
Really?
Yeah, that depends on you. You just have to be focused, and you have to be. You just have to be focused, and then you have to take care of your Matatu.
Of course.
And then you'll get your cash. Yeah.
Amazing.
And then crew, you have to get a nice crew.
Like the, you mean like the driver and the...
the driver and the conductor.
Yeah. This culture is probably only in Kenya, if I'm not wrong.
No, I've seen like Jamaicans doing a similar thing.
Yes.
And I've seen the Indonesians
doing also the
same. And in Thailand, I've seen like they have fancy buses and everything.
So, but in Africa, I would say probably Kenya is one of the...
Kenya and South Africa, and then Tanzania is trying. Tanzania is trying. Yeah.
I've actually been to... I've not seen it in South Africa, but definitely Tanzania, I've seen a little bit of it.
Yeah. South Africa is coming up.
Which is good. Under the influence also of Kenya? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I think
Kenya is kind of the birthplace of this street art on Matatus and stuff.
Yeah, I think that's correct. Yeah.
Oh, it's good. So, like for this project now, I mean, how long will this take you right from concept to execution?
Normally a Matatu takes like 2 weeks if you're doing it fast.
Yeah.
The body 1 week, 1 week to around 10 days, and then the design for like another 7 days maximum.
Right.
Yeah.
And from that now the client comes and approves and it goes to the for inspection as well.
Yeah, inspection.
Yeah.
And then sound.
Inspection.
Yeah, and then sound.
Also, the sound guy has to equip the sound as well and stuff like.
Yeah.
Amazing. So for this project that we're doing, it's for a client in Nairobi.
Yes.
Which route is this?
Langata.
By the funny thing is that there are specific routes that are always popular with the pimped up or Matatus. Yeah,
but things are changing right now because Ngong is hot.
Yes.
Umoja is amongst the hottest.
Correct.
Yeah, so there's Ngong, there's Umoja, there's Rongai. Rongai has been there for a minute.
Yes.
And then 14-seaters, South Sea, Langata, and then Banana. And then Mombasa is big on 14-seaters.
Mombasa.
It's very big on 14-seaters.
And one thing that we have to do, maybe when we're finishing, is also maybe go to the kind of highway or whatever it is, or come up with show me designs and trying to show people how to interpret art.
Yeah.
Like for example, Matatus that are already plying roads.
Yeah.
So people can actually appreciate what is being done on the vehicle. You know, someone cannot just see that it's a bunch of lines and stuff.
Yeah, now that one, I think we can have, I think we should work on a database.
Correct.
So if you have a database, and then let's say you see my art, and then you see my designs, and then I write a synopsis of what I was thinking when I was coming up with that. So we can always
so maybe you can show that. You can show me your database, for example. Let's say you have done 10.
Yeah.
This is how I interpreted this and blah, blah, blah. So whenever I see that vehicle, this is exactly what you're trying to portray as an artist.
Yeah.
I think that could really also help educate people to try to actually embrace this and understand this art. You know, it's just like any other thing, like playing golf or you being an engineer. It's the same, it's just pursuing your passion.
Yeah.
So our plan is to come a few days here until the day you'll be done, like for the reveal as well. So someone can see from concept all the way to the vehicle going out to the client what exactly. And finally, like, do you have children? And what or your family? When they see, do they look up to you and say, "Oh, Dad is doing, or my brother is doing this, or my sister," kind of a thing?
I have a baby, but she's too young to understand. But she normally scribbles a lot. I think she'll be an artist.
So maybe talent is there.
Probably it's there. It's definitely there. Family, as in like, I'd really like them to support me more. As in like, just to support my ideas. and to know that this thing normally pays. It can pay bills and everything. And in fact, I've seen so many people, like maybe people wanted to be thugs, but they're drawing matatus. Maybe people used to be and they've reformed and they're drawing matatus, street kids and everything. So I like just support from family. Yeah, but I have people who look up to me. There's so many people who look up to me. So many people who are always reaching out. If you have a project, tag me by. If you have anything you're doing, if there's work, call me. As in, I just need, teach me, stuff like that. Yeah, so.
And even for the one thing that is important is for the young people who are looking to get into this industry of art. This guy is always willing to mentor you.
Yeah.
That's one thing that is very important that we are always failing to do. Getting people who are willing to actually support young people who are upcoming. So what we'll do is always link up your address or whatever your contacts.
Yeah.
So if anyone is looking for mentorship or all this kind of thing, can always and who's to say that if there's anyone who is watching this, whatever part of the world, and is also looking for your services, man, who's to say that you need to go and paint a matatu in Nigeria or whatever the place, man? They can always give you the job. Why not?
Yeah.
Because this is something that is actually we are looking to export and expand.
Yeah, true.
Something that I'm proud of.
Yeah.
So I'm happy. So let's link up on Wednesday as well. I'll be here to come and see maybe in the evening for the reveal. So we'll come for the reveal around 4 and probably we will talk about much more.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Yeah.
See you then. I've always told people one thing, that this is something that is so unique to Kenya or particular whatever we are doing. And as I was telling you before, why not have this? Because it's something that we have to embrace. It's a gift and a culture from Kenya.
Yeah, because I normally I listen to lots of music, lots of genres of music. There's one thing I've normally seen, like when it comes to poetry, and then I've seen like these very good rappers teaching in universities and everything. They're teaching like the art. So as in, why not embrace this? Why not include this in the syllabus? Why not teach the people how to do this, as in like officially? Yeah.